If you guys are looking to buy some cheap and reliable MT, head on over to aola.com and use code YBC at checkout for a discount. Yo, what's good YouTube? It's YBC and I am back bringing another video, and in this video I am going to be ranking all of the best shooting guards on a tier list in NBA 2K20 Myteam. Before we hop into the video and everything, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys go ahead and consider hitting that subscribe button, because right now we are on this road and grind to 100,000 subscribers. We have been doing a pretty good amount of tier list ranking videos. About 5 days ago, I did upload of me ranking all the Galaxy Opals in a game, and a couple days ago, I did upload the best point guard that you can get, guys. And here we have the shooting guards. Next up, I probably am going to be doing the forwards and the big men on tier list. Now, when it comes to this one in the shooting guards, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Every single shooting guard who made this list is either a primary shooting guard or the majority of people run him at the shooting guard position. I do bring that up, guys, because when it comes to the shooting guard position in my team, there are probably like around 130/140 pink diamond and good Galaxy Opal shooting guards in the game. But most of those cards, guys, are kind of like secondary position shooting guards where no one really runs them at shooting guard. Like, for example, Opal Jonathan Isaac, Opal Magic Johnson, and also Opal Tony Parker, for example. Let's be honest, no one runs Isaac at the shooting guard position, and no one runs Tony Parker at the shooting guard position. Those guys, the majority, ran at point guard, which is why I rank them at the point guard position. And same thing with this video right here, guys. Everybody, like I mentioned, is going to be ran by the majority of people who run them at the shooting guard position, or their primary position, the first position on them, is going to be the shooting guard. So diving straight into it right here, as you guys can see, we have the official tier list with our shooting guards in the bottom right hand corner. Now, in case you guys don't know how tier list works, I'll quickly explain that to you guys. As these right here, guys, are essentially like letter grades in school, and that is how these tier list works. So you have GO tier right here being the highest and F being the lowest. In the middle, guys, you have A, B, C, and D. Essentially, GO tier is elite tier, the best tier in the game, guys. A, in my opinion, would be classified as great. B would be solid. C is good and average. D is pretty much unusable, guys. Find a new player. And lastly, F just means get that dude off your team right now. Pause the video, take a moment, and then come back to the video and watch some more of it. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't see anybody making the F tier in this list at the shooting guard position. So based off that note, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and start off with this list. Starting off right here with this Malik Beasley card. I think he's a very underrated card, and he's a Spotlight Sim reward card for the Timberwolves. I'm going to be placing him right here in the C tier. I think he is a good card. Next up right here is Rex Chapman. I'm going to place Rex Chapman right here in the B tier. He has gold animations, and he's one of the only diamond cards I feel like that is still usable right now in my team. A lot of cards are, don't get me wrong, a lot of diamond cards actually are, but in terms of hanging with Galaxy Opals, I think Rex Chapman is a diamond card that can still hang with the top tier LaMelo Balls and his Zions in the game right now. Next up is Kevin Porter Jr. I think he does belong in the A tier right here, guys. Kevin Porter Jr. is another elite diamond card in the game. He has J.R. Smith's base, and he's left-handed. I think he's 6'7" and 6'6", around that range. Very high for that shooting guard position as well. Moving forward to Buddy Hield, I'm going to place Buddy Hield right here in the C tier. He is still usable, and he's a good card, but he is an outdated card, guys, in my opinion, so I'm at the C tier. Moving forward to Phil Chenier. I apologize if I said his last name incorrectly, but he is from the Legacy promo, and this dude right here does belong in the F tier. Get this dude off your team right now if you have him on your team, and there's no other way to put it, guys. He needs to go. Moving on to Cam Reddish right here. I think he does belong in the A tier. He has the exact same animations and very similar jump shot to Paul George, and he's 6'8" at the shooting guard position, which is very, very cheesy and glitchy. Moving on to Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think he does belong in a C tier right here. Borderline D, but I still think this card right here is usable. He is along the Antetokounmpo family tree, which means he does have a cheesy body frame on court, and he does have great driving dunk animation as well, guys. Decent jump shot, but he is still usable, guys. That's why I have him in the C tier. Next up is Bruce Bowen. I think Bruce Bowen is a great 3 and D player, but aside from that, he literally can't do anything else. So I have him right here in the C tier, guys. For Cron Butler, I think he is a great all-around card who I think deserves to be in the B tier. I think he should be a tier ahead of Buddy Hield. These guys right here, he's a solid shooting guard in my team. For Zach LaVine right here, I think he does belong in the GOAT tier. Zach LaVine is like a 6'5" version of T-Mac, and honestly, there's not much of a better way I could describe him to you guys. If we do move on to his Walter Davis, again, he's very similar to T-Mac. I'm going to be putting in the A tier right here. Walter Davis, Levine, T-Mac, all share the exact same base, which is that Trey Burke base, which is very, very cheesy. And the reason why I'm not putting Walter Davis in GOAT is because I feel like Walter Davis doesn't have the type of athleticism compared to Levine and T-Mac. So that athleticism I feel like gives them a step higher of tier for Levine and for T-Mac. As we do move along right here to Pink Diamond Vince Carter, I think this Pink Diamond Vince Carter card right here should belong in the A tier. As we move along to the Gallo Silver version of Vince Carter, I also think this card right here does belong in the A tier as well. Both these Vince Carter cards right here are pretty much the exact same cards. They both come with 35/38 Hall of Fame badges around that range. There really isn't any difference between these two cards right here at all. Next up, we have Vince Carter's cousin, who is Tracy McGrady, who I think does belong in the GOAT tier right here. Every single version of Tracy McGrady, the highest version of them in 2K, is a GOATed card, no doubt about it. Moving forward to Steven Jackson right here, I think Steven Jackson is along the lines of the B tier right here, guys. He's a solid card, but I don't think that he is a great card. I don't think that he deserves to be in a category as these guys in the A tier. Now, we do move on to this Sooners card. I think that he is a solid card. I think this card right here is a very underrated card as well. I think that he doesn't get enough credit for how good he's on a court due to his name, but he does have very cheesy dribbling animations and also a super left-handed easy jump shot to green. Next up is RJ Hampton, who I think does belong in the GOAT tier right here. He is another one of those Tracy McGrady clones where he does have that cheesy Trey Burke base, and he also is 6'6" at that shooting guard position, which is a pretty solid height. Next up is RJ Barrett, and I think this RJ Barrett card right here does belong in the GOAT tier. I feel like he's a step higher than the cards in A offensively, and I think that he has a great size as well, being 6'7". The reason why I'm not putting Cam Reddish in the A is just because, guys, I don't think that he is as good as RJ Barrett offensively, and just simply in general, he isn't, I don't feel like he is GOAT tier offensively material, you know. As we do move along to Ray Allen, I think this Ray Allen card right here should be in the C tier. He's a solid card. He actually is a good card, excuse me. Good card, and he is still usable, but he is very, very outdated. Next up, we have Gallo Silver Rashard Lewis, who I think does belong in the GOAT tier as well. He's 6'10" with that J.R. Smith type of base of jump shot. Super, super cheesy, guys. If we do move along to Gallo Silver Paul George, I think Opal Paul George also does belong in the GOAT tier as well for shooting guards. For Gallo Silver Mitch Richmond, I think Mitch Richmond does belong in the A tier right here, guys. He has a super fast jump shot, but the only thing I don't like about this Mitch Richmond card is his body frame on the court. Even though he's 6'5", he feels like a tiny 6'5". You know, he has kind of like a short wingspan. So for that reason, I feel like he is in the great tier, but not in the GOAT tier. Next up, we have Pink Diamond Michael Redd, and low-key, this is going to hurt me putting him here, but I think he does belong in the A tier of cards. I don't feel like he is a GOAT just yet. I think he deserves to be in the A with these great cards. Next up is Opal MJ, GOAT MJ, not the Flash one. And this GOAT 9 and everything most definitely belongs in the GOAT tier. There is no doubt about it. Moving forward to this Gallo Silver Michael Jordan, I think he does belong in the great tier. I think there is a big difference between this Flash version and this Gallo Silver version of MJ. The Flash version does come with a lot less of Hall of Fame badges and only gold quick draw. So I feel like he fits this category right here of great cards. Next up, we have Lance Stevenson, who I think does belong in the B tier. I think this card right here is a solid card. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of his jump shot. I don't think it's as smooth as what people say it is, in my opinion. So therefore, I have him right here in the B tier. Next up is GOAT Kobe. No doubt about it, guys. This GOAT Kobe is in the GOAT tier. I'm going to backtrack a little bit, guys, and I low-key want to put RJ Barrett in the A tier right here. I don't feel like RJ Barrett is just as good as these GOAT cards right here. I feel like these GOAT cards are a step ahead of RJ Barrett, and I low-key feel like he deserves to be in the same category as Cam Reddish type of tier. Moving on to Gallo Silver Klay Thompson, guys. If I was being biased, I would put Opal Klay in the GOAT tier because I'm a Warriors fan. But I'm not biased, guys. I'm never biased when doing these videos. So therefore, I have Klay Thompson right here in the A tier. I think this Opal Klay is arguably the best 3-and-D card in the game, and he can play make, but I don't feel like he can play make and create his own shot like the GOAT cards in the GOAT tier, like Kobe, MJ, and Paul George. I feel like they are on a different level offensively than Klay Thompson is offensively. Moving forward to this Pink Diamond Klay Thompson, I think he deserves to be in the B tier, guys. He is a little bit less of he's a little bit less of a playmaker and less athletic than the Opal version, so therefore I feel like he deserves to be in the B. Moving on to Opal Kawhi Leonard, no doubt about it, guys. He is a GOAT tier type of card. We also have right here Flash Gallo Silver Michael Jordan, who I feel like does belong in the D tier. He's not usable at this stage in the game. Get him off your team. get somebody new. Now, because I am running out of space right here on this tier list, I'm going to be resetting it right here, guys, onto another tier list. And moving forward to this Galaxy Opal Julius Erving, I think this card right here deserves to be in the A tier. I just think that he's not good enough quite yet to be considered a GOAT. I think he does deserve to be in the A tier alongside, you know, guys like Walter Davis, RJ Barrett, and Michael Redd. I think he's as good as those cards. Moving forward to Galaxy Opal J.R. Smith, I think this card right here deserves to be in the GOAT tier. I love this J.R. Smith card a lot. He's one of my favorite cards in the game. You guys already know how cheesy his jump shot is. On top of that, guys, they fixed this man's drill moves. They made his drill moves very glitchy, unlike the previous J.R. Smith cards that dropped earlier on in the year. They fixed them. Moving forward to John Havlicek, I think this card right here is a good card. I think he actually is in a D tier, guys. I don't think he's good. I really don't think he's good. I think this card right here is actually a very overrated card because he is a 3-and-D card and he is a very outdated 3-and-D card. So therefore, I have him in a D tier. I would say replace him on your lineup if you have him. Next up, we have Pink Diamond Joe Caldwell, who I think does belong in the A tier. Essentially, he's like a clone of Dwayne Wade, guys. That super cheesy base 98 jumper is what 2K gave him. Do not be fooled by his name, even though he is Jim Caldwell and not a guy like Gerald Green or someone like Dwayne Wade. He has the exact same base as Dwayne Wade. He's a clone of Dwayne Wade. Don't be fooled out by the name. Moving forward to Galaxy Opal Jimmy Butler. Man, this is a tough one. Like, I feel like this Jimmy Butler card right here should be in the A tier just because he's like Klay Thompson. He's like Klay Thompson to a point where he is a 3-and-D card, but I feel like he is more athletic than Klay Thompson and a little bit better of a playmaker than Klay. I feel like, man, I don't know, guys. I love Jimmy Butler a lot. I want to put him in the GOAT. I low-key feel like he deserves to be in the A tier rather than the GOAT. And that is because offensively, I just don't feel like he is like these guys offensively. I don't think he's as good as any of these guys right here offensively. I feel like he's in the A tier of offense for cards in the game right now. But I feel like, again, guys, this Jimmy Butler card right here, being 6'8" and arguably the best defender in the game, I feel like he's also more athletic than Klay, so I feel like he's in a GOAT tier. But then again, guys, this card right here is very interchangeable. GOAT or A, he belongs in both, I feel like. I feel like he belongs in the middle of both, like right here. But for the sake of this video, I am going to be placing him right here in the GOAT tier. As we do move along to Jerry Stackhouse, I am going to put him right here in the C tier. I think he is a good and usable card, but there isn't anything too crazy about this card. Moving forward to James Harden, guys, I feel like this James Harden card right here is a great card in A tier, but just simply not like one of those, you know, RJ Barrett's or T-Mac in the go-to, I feel like, so therefore he is in A. Next up is Galaxy Opal Jamal Crawford, who I think does belong in the B tier. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of Jamal Crawford this year, just gonna keep it 100% honest with you guys. I think he is a solid card, but I low-key don't feel like he deserves to be in a great category. Moving on to Galaxy Opal Hersey Hawkins, I think this card right here is a good card, but there really isn't anything too crazy about him. And on top of that, note, guys, he is very undersized for the shooting guard position. I think he's around a 6'3" range of height. As we do move on to Gordon Hayward, I think Gordon Hayward, this card right here should be in the B tier. He's a solid card, pretty solid everywhere. Glenn Rice, the GOAT. You guys know where he belongs. You guys already know. GOAT tier for Glenn Rice. Next up right here, we have Pink Diamond Giannis, and even though he does not have range, guys, I think he should be in the GOAT tier. I understand, guys, that sometimes he'll be lining up on hash and the wing area in your offense because he's a shooting guard. But at the end of the day, guys, he is Giannis. You could literally 5 out every shooting guard right here on this list with Giannis, hop step, and it will likely be a bucket just because that's how overpowered Giannis is. And we do move forward right here to this Galaxy Opal George Gervin card. I think this George Gervin card right here is a great card. Great card, not good enough, I feel like, as the Opals in the GOAT tier. Moving forward to Eddie Jones, I feel like this Eddie Jones at the shooting guard position is a great card. He belongs in a great tier of cards of shooting guards. Next up right here is Pink Diamond Dwayne Wade, who I feel like does belong in the A tier right here, guys. This Dwayne Wade card right here is incredible, don't get me wrong, but there's a huge but on this card. We got the Galaxy Silver version, who I feel like is miles ahead of this Dwayne Wade card, who I think deserves to be in the GOAT tier. No doubt about it, guys. This D Wade is a top 4 shooting guard in the game. But when it comes to this Pink Diamond Wade right here, guys, he belongs in the A category of cards, while the Opal I feel like does belong in the GOAT category. Moving on right here to Galaxy Opal Donovan Mitchell. A lot of you guys will probably disagree with me on this card, but I love this card a lot. And I think he deserves to be right here in the A tier of card. I think this card right here is a great shooting guard in my team. Next up is Dominique Wilkins, who I feel like deserves to be in the B tier. He's a solid card, and he did get updated. He also has a great height as well, standing at 6'7", a great size. But when it comes to creating his own shot and his jump shot, it's honestly pretty bad in my opinion. As we do move along right here to Dirk Nowitzki, I feel like this card right here should be in the B tier. He is a solid card. You can't probably post up with him every single play, but he isn't as fast as the guys in the A and GOAT tier, and offensively, he just simply can't create his own shot compared to the guys in the A and GOAT tier. If you change around matchup a little bit and put, a taller defender on Dirk Nowitzki, he will be in a box. But considering he's 7 foot, guys, he deserves to be in solid and not good, Next up right here is Van Arsdale, who I think does belong in the C category of cards. This card right here is essentially like a 6'5" Klay Thompson, a shorter version of Klay Thompson. So therefore, he deserves to be in the C. Moving forward to Mr. Barnett right here, I think he also deserves to be in the C right here. This dude right here has a terrible jumper, but he's a pretty up-to-date card, so he does have a lot of badge and attributes, and it's just his jump shot that holds him back, I feel like. If we do move on to this Devin Booker card, I feel like this Devin Booker should be in the B tier of solid shooting guards. I don't think he's an A. I don't think he's an A, guys, because in my opinion, I think the Devin Booker card right here is an overrated card, but not overrated enough to where he deserves to be lower than the B. I think this Devin Booker card right here is overrated because when I did a gameplay on him, he went up for a lot of layups. And I say it every single time I talk about this card. He is not as athletic as people think. So I think for that reason, he should be in the B tier, a solid tier of shooting guards. Moving forward right here to Pink Diamond Dennis Rodman, I think he deserves to be right here in the B tier. He has a pretty slow jumper, but he is Dennis Rodman at the shooting guard position. That is very, very cheesy. And he also is a top-of-the-line, top-tier elite defender in my team. Moving forward to this DeMar DeRozan card, no doubt about it, guys. He deserves to be in the A tier of cards. Come to Del Curry right here. I'm going to keep it honest with you guys. I have not used this card yet in my team, so therefore, I'm going to place him in the B tier. I think he probably should be considered a solid opal, but like I said, I just simply haven't used him to find out. Next up, we have Del Curry, who I think does belong in the B tier. I myself have not played up against him, and I also have not used him yet, so this right here is just simply basing him off of the attributes and badges and history of 2K giving him to go to jump shots. So I think for those reasons, I think he is a solid shooting guard. But aside from that, guys, I have played up against and I have used every other one of these shooting guards in my team. Moving forward to this Opal Danny Granger, I think he deserves to be in the B tier, guys. Even though he's 6'9", I feel like he's like one of those similar cards to Dirk Nowitzki where even though he's tall, he struggles to create his own shot. The animation they gave Danny Granger in this game really aren't that good at all. Moving on to Dale Ellis right here, I think he is a good shooting guard, average, boom, in the C tier in my opinion. Next up is Corey Maggette, who I think does belong in the A tier of shooting guards. For Clyde Drexler right here, guys, borderline C, and that's what I'm going to keep him right here, guys, at C. Even though Clyde Drexler is one of those big name NBA legends, and even though guys, he is one of those big name legends, his animations suck. And he also does have gold rating standard, guys, mixed in with a pretty baited jumper. I think he deserves to be in the C tier of cards. And it is a bummer, guys, because I love using Clyde Drexler cards in 2K, but this year, he's not that good. Next up, we have Galaxy Opal Chris Mullin, who I think deserves to be in the GOAT tier of shooting guards. A lot of you guys will probably disagree with me and think that he deserves to be in the A, which is all good, but I think he deserves to be in a GOAT because he's 6'7", which is very cheesy height and frame, and he also is extremely, and I mean extremely athletic. I watched Jake Mason's gameplay right here on this Chris Mullin, and he changed my eyes on how good this man is right here, guys. Super go-to jump shot, super insane glitchy dunking animation as well, guys. Like I said, 6'7" frame, great frame right there. I think he deserves to be in a GOAT tier. Moving forward to this Caris LeVert, I think this Caris LeVert card right here should be in the B tier. I think he deserves to be along the lines right here of these cards. Next up for Galaxy Brandon Roy, I feel like he should be in the B tier as well. He's an outdated card, very outdated card, but he does have that Trey Burke base, which kind of saves him, I feel like, as a card. Moving on to Galaxy Opal Bradley Beal, I think this card right here deserves to be in the A tier of cards. Next up, we have Anthony Edwards, who I think should be in the GOAT tier of shooting guards in a game. He's another one of those Dwayne Wade, Galaxy Opal, D-Wade, base, and clones. Next up for Jalen Rose, I think this card right here is borderline GOAT. I'm going to place him right here, guys, in the A tier. I think he's like one of those RJ Barrett type of cards who is 6'7", but at that RJ Barrett level of cards. For Anthony Edwards right here, I think he does deserve to be in the GOAT tier. He's another one of those Dwayne Wade base / clone type of cards, and he is a GOAT, no doubt about it. For Jalen Rose right here, I think he is one of those RJ Barrett level of cards, so I feel like he is in the A tier. For Jason Tatum, oh man, this is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of you guys will probably disagree with me on this. I'm gonna keep it on 100 again, guys. I'm always keeping it 100% honest with you guys. I'm not really a fan of Jason Tatum's card this year. I don't really know what it is, but I feel like there are just simply better cards than him. So I think for that reason, I just have him in the A tier, guys. Moving on right here to Galaxy Opal Pager, I think this card right here is a 3-point specialist, but aside from that, guys, he can't really do much else. So I have him right here in the C tier. Next up for Gerald Green, I think this card right here is a B tier type of card. I don't think he's as good as the A tiers. Well, for this leap year Tracy McGrady, I think he deserves to be in the GOAT tier because he's Tracy McGrady, guys, and he is almost as good as the Flash T-Mac. And that right there, guys, is going to conclude this list. Tracy McGrady right here being the last card on this tier list. Okay, guys, that right there now is going to wrap it up for this rankings video. Here is a review of the 3 spreadsheets we do have of the best ranked shooting guards in NBA 2K20 Myteam. I feel like this right here, guys, is actually a very, very good list. Now, when it comes to the list that I did make, guys, keep in mind that this right here is all for my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion who makes these lists, like Ty Debo and DBG and some of the other people in my team community who make lists like this. Keep in mind that everybody has their own list, so my list isn't, there. Just keep in mind it's simply from my opinion, and everybody plays the game differently. Everybody has different play styles, and my play style might be different, so my ranking might be different. But this right here, guys, is coming from my opinion. With that being said, a lot of people seem to forget how good I was in the My Team community. Keep in mind that when you're watching this list right here, you are getting this ranked from a $250,000 My Team qualifier player. I did qualify and I played in $250,000 My Team tournament. Unfortunately, I got first rounded, but to get there, guys, is a pretty good accomplishment, and it does take a lot of skill to get there. Like, I have a lot of skill in the game. A lot of people, say I'm kind of trash here and there, but I have a big resume that backs it up, so yeah. This list right here, guys, is coming from a competitive My Team player. With that being said, if you guys did disagree with me with anybody on this list, feel free to let me know down below in the comment section who you guys disagree with. I always love reading and responding to your guys' comments, and also do love, hearing about My Team debates. So feel free to let me know anybody you guys disagree with. And that right there now is gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. And as usual, as always, it's YBC, and I'm out. Peace.